What is up, Cahir Club, and a warm welcome back to a CahirLIVE livestream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a great start to their week. My start to the week's gone pretty solid because my nose slowly clearing. I'm slowly able to breathe again. And who doesn't love a good bit of being able to breathe? I love being able to breathe, you know? Yeah, hello Brugger and bonjour to you, Coderman. How goes it? How goes it? I hope you've been well. You were sick, you blame me. Yeah, you must have caught it from me. You must have caught it from me. No, you know what's happening here? Everybody. I got sick, and now everybody's sick. I got sick, and everyone else. Hey, Cahir, I'm sick today. I think this is like a streamer does cool thing situation, and then everybody wants to mimic it, you know? Like, I do cool thing, and now everyone else has got to, like, do it, you know? Everyone else has got to hop on the trend. Everyone else is gonna, like, mimic me, because that's, like, the new cool thing, I guess. Which, like, is a good thing, you know? It means my, like, standing as an influencer is getting there, to the point where, like, I do something and everybody's gonna imitate me. So... ignore the fact it's, like, flu season. Ignore the rising COVID rates. Clearly, what I just said is the actual thing that's going on here. You digitally made me sick. This isn't cool. You're getting both the DLC and Legends of Arceus, yo, your cake, and eating it too. That's pretty hype, though. How are you going to decide which to do first? You're going to flip a coin? But yeah, today we're shiny hunting. We're shiny hunting for Minccino. Everybody knows the Minccino. I assume everybody knows the Minccino. I feel like at this point, everybody should know the Minccino, you know? I've been hunting this thing for the past, what is it, 6 months, I think, at this point? I think it's, if it's not been 6 months, it's been like 5. Alright. Yeah, let's get into it. He has Pokemon the Cooler White. I mean, I guess it depends if you consider... No, yeah, I'd say white is, like, the hotter color, right? In, like, temperature-wise. Like temperature-wise. Because, like, brighter colors are warmer. And darker colors are colder, I think. So, arguably, the cooler white. You don't know what to play first? Poke them in Arceus. You see, Arceus is a great game. But, if you get the DLC out of the way first, then you can, like, make sure you're up to date on all the raids and stuff, you know? You'll have longer to do all the events they add in Scarlet and Violet, you know? Like, at any point when playing Legends Arceus, you can, what's it called? At any point when playing Legends Arceus, you can just go back to Scarlet and Violet to do an event or something. But if you're playing Legends first, you have your team already for the DLC? I'd say DLC then, honestly. Like, the DLC, that's going to take you 1, maybe 2 days at most. Especially over Christmas. Especially over Christmas. And then you can give yourself, like, time to, like, experience Legends Arceus, you know? Although then again, you should probably experience the DLC. But also, like, I guess you've got to do, Tail Mask first. I was gonna say, like, you probably already know what happens in Arceus. You don't know what happens in Indigo Disc, because nobody does. Unless it's leaked. If it's leaked, then, yeah, then I guess you do know. But, Clodsike and Gambit, Quaquaval, Skeledirge, Goldengo, and Great Tusk. That is a pretty hype team, to be fair. No, I was thinking about preparing a whole team. I'll probably prepare 1 or 2 Pokemon for Indigo Disc, but I think most of the Pokemon I'm going to catch there, you know? I think most of my team I'm going to get in the terrarium. Closer and can get shiny, hell yes. I mean, you have another 14 days. You could try shiny hunt one of the starters as well. In Go Disc, the main villain, Sharkman, loses a Pokemon battle. Fuck! No! God, I've been dodging spoilers left, right, and center. And I just get spoiled right here, right now. That's abysmal. That's abysmal. How could this happen? How could this happen? Honestly, I thought Sharkman was gonna be a good guy, you know. I thought he was gonna be like on the player's side. We already got the save file where we erased you to corruption or damage thing. That's crazy. That's wild. That's so soon. That's so quick. We did it, lads. We did it, gamers. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We did it. Yeah. Whoa. Tips for egg hunting? Make peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Those tend to be a pretty good Sammy to have, you know. In my humble opinion, as in they boost the amount of eggs you find. Other than that, not many, you know. Egg hunting is pretty straightforward. I guess my one suggestion would be, why not have both Quaquaval and Skeledirge in the picnic, and then it's like a coin cost for which shiny you get, which I think is pretty fun, you know. Wow, I should do like hunts like that and title it Shiny Roulette. You know, that'd be really hype. I should do that. Shame I've sold my soul to Dunsparce and Minccino at the same time, and I'm going to be spending the next 6 years hunting for both of them. Rob, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Might do Hisuian Samurott. Remember Hisuian Samurott? You won't be able to get Hisuian Samurott until you play Arceus, because Hisuian Samurott doesn't evolve into Hisuian Samurott in Paldea. It evolves into regular Samurott. Make apple syrup pancakes to boost morale and reduce quit chances. Exactly, that too. That too. One of those is in-game, one of those is out of game. I'll let you decide which. Alright. Did you say you caught 2 shiny Finizen last night? You did, you did. You said you were going to evolve one with your friend soon, but you'd give him one, which is cool. Hopefully he enjoys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Indigo Disc. Do you guys think Kieran's going to get redeemed? Or do you think he's going to get, like, killed by a boulder? I don't know, rumor has it he might be possessed. You're not too bad here. Got a presentation ready for tomorrow. Once that's done, you've got very little work for Christmas. Hell yeah, that's hype. Best of luck with your presentation, and I hope you enjoy your nice laid-back Christmas. You know, things are pretty chill over here. Had a chill day, more or less. Did a bit more playing of Fire Emblem Engage. Oh, did I even mention that I'm replaying Fire Emblem Engage? I'm replaying Fire Emblem Engage. I wanted to do the DLC. Opinion on the letter C. It's a great letter. Let's be real, you know. Like, why would I slander the letter C? My name starts with it. Krogunk starts with it. Cock and Balls starts with it. Seeing these nuts. I feel like we're starting to stretch. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we're dragging our fingernails across the bottom of the barrel at this point, you know? Caught you off guard. It did. I didn't expect it. I'll give you that. But I feel like one step further than that, and we have an entirely nonsensical joke. Alright. I'm surprised we got the save file corruption already. It's kind of whack. Kind of bazonkers when you think about it. Did I just hear a noise from outside? There she is. You got anything else to say, Missy? Oh, okay. Cool. The cat, everybody. She's now back on the windowsill. On the Kieran front, yeah, he's definitely possessed. I don't know. I'd be more interested if it turned out like he was running under his own motivation. Like, people are being like, oh, I don't get why he threw such a strop. But, I kind of get it, you know? I felt like it was well built up. It was a logical, like, arc to go through, I think. And I think it was, and I've, like, gone on a massive tangent about how I hope that in the next game they don't do the whole, wow, you're such a good trainer, you beat everybody thing, because it's annoying. But I feel like Kieran was, like, very much the final way that they could do that well, if that makes sense. Kieran was like the final example of, maybe not the final example, maybe they could do it well again, but Kieran was like a new and interesting way, different from Hop, different from Nimona, in like showing the effects of the trainer being powerful, in the showing the effects of the trainer always capturing the legendary, you know? Because we take always capturing the legendary for a given, you know? That's like a thing you do in the Pokemon games. But now we're getting a lot more personality surrounding the legendaries, and a lot more people linked to the legendaries, like even Lily in Sun and Moon. We're seeing what happens when the trainer captures a legendary that someone else at least wanted to bond with. And I think that's an interesting idea. So it's interesting to see Kieran fall because of that. And I feel like it would cheapen it a little bit if it just turned out that, oh, he was possessed. I feel like it would be cheapened a bit if it was like, Kieran doesn't actually feel like this at all. He was just evil because this guy was making him evil. I hope if it does get resolved, it's clear that Kieran's issue Kieran's issues with us still stand, you know? Maybe just that good, that's why you always get the legendary. I mean, it is. It textually is. Like, they're always like, wow, you're such a powerful trainer. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, hell, to get Ogerpon, Kieran battles you and loses. And I don't know, that's why I kind of want that to not be a plot point in the next game. Just because, like, Scarlet and Violet is full of that. Nimona decides you're her new rival from one battle. Turo and Sada are both like, hey, you're a pretty competent trainer. You want to help me beat the Titans? And Arven's like, oh, you're a cool trainer. Although, like, you fighting the Titans... No, wait, you fight the Titans for Arven. It's just Great Tusk you fight for... Great Tusk and Iron Treads you fight for Churro and Sada. Arven's like, oh, you're a powerful trainer. Can you help me fight the Titans? Penny's like, oh, you're a powerful trainer. Can you help me fight Team Star? You know? Like, the whole game, everyone's always been like, you're such a good trainer. You're so good at this. Wow, you're so amazing, you know? I just reset over Juniper. But, that doesn't check out when I've not even got a badge to my name, you know? That doesn't check out when my team is made up of a level 10 Fuecoco and a Strudel I picked up 5 seconds ago. You know? Like, I feel like some things worked well. Nemona's arc was cool. I love Nemona as a rival and stuff. And Team Star were cool as well. I just feel like the game was a little bit too focused on bigging the player's skill up. I would rather in the next game they kind of treat it more like, you know, any other game at all. The next game should be why you suck at Pokemon and why you should try being better at Pokemon. Exactly that. No, like, games have done it well in the past, is my point. Games have done it well in the past, and it not be intrusive to the gameplay. And by that, I mean, like, what's it called? Black and White 2, and Sun and Moon and Sun and Ultra Moon. Because, like, those games, you still achieve all the big shit. I mean, the only reason I say is possesses because his eyeballs are now slits instead of round. Are they? Oh, interesting. I just thought that was the way his eyes looked. Like, him and Carmine have very snake-like eyes. I thought they always had that. But yeah, like, those games had the trainer be powerful, but they weren't constantly bigged up for it. You know? Like, there were moments, like, you beat the teacher, and she's like, oh, wow, you did really well at that. That was amazing. You're one of the best students who's come through here. And that's, like, a respectable comment, you know? Of students who've gone through a school, it makes sense that you could be one of the better ones there. But when you're fighting one of the strongest champions in the region, in your first battle ever, with a Pokemon that's level 5 against Nemona's Pokemon that's level 5, and she's like, holy shit, you're the exact person I needed to fight from now on. Like, it just feels a little bit too player congratulatory for me. And I don't know, I don't vibe with that all that much. Oh wait, no. All trainers should have competitive teams, and everyone has a Rayquaza from a different universe. And 2 Z-moves, a Mega, and 3 Terastallizations. Exactly. They should also have at least one-hit KO move on all of their Pokemon. Buffed to 50% accuracy. They give it 50. They give all of the one-hit KO moves 50% accuracy. Only when opponents using it, otherwise it is now 20. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the story of Indigo Disco is going to do with Kieran's character, because I feel like he was a cool character in Teal Mask, you know? But honestly, I'm more interested to see what it's going to do with Carmine. Because that's not a story that can just leave her in the dirt, right? It's shown me battle her at least once. So, I'm interested to see how Carmine's going to function in a story where her brother is now an antagonist. You know? I think it's cool to make the story from the first DLC continue on in the second, though. Like, if Scarlet and Violet didn't have a multitude of other issues, I feel like this would be some really, like, respectable DLC, you know? Like, Pokemon as a franchise has a good grasp on what a good DLC is, you know? Almost, actually, I'm gonna backtrack that, almost. I feel like locking things like new throwing styles and the Rotom camera behind DLC, I feel like that's a little bit scummy. IMO. But, overall, having, like, the new areas and stuff be in DLC, I like that. That's a cool thing, you know? They're not, like, locking any much actual in-game content behind it. When, like, some DLCs go out of their way to lock in-game content behind it, you know? In the Indigo disc, the player should be given the snag machine, and then you steal all of Kieran's Pokemon. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I agree with that. Alright. Do you know how hard it is to grind the living shit out of daily rewards? Which daily rewards are we talking about? It depends which game. Alright. We are we're not halfway. I was going to say we're halfway to 3k. And we are. We've done a few encounters. Like every free-to-play game on the planet. You make a great point, to be fair. I was just interested which game Brugger was talking about. No, yeah, I kind of get that. I think it depends where you're at with the game, honestly, how, like, bad it is to grind it out. Because, like, I tend to play Genshin at a point in time where I want to do the daily grind, you know? Genshin is, like, an example. Like, when I play Genshin, I opt into it for you grind every day. But I can understand why, if that wasn't why you were going to the game, it is annoying. Because otherwise you can't get all the rewards and stuff. Please give this guy a shiny. I mean, we're still under odds, technically. So I'm fine waiting a bit longer, but it would be nice. It would be nice. I know I complain. But, I know, like, statistically, this is still an average hunt. Until right now when we get the shiny. It was worth a try. Well, this free 1600 promise might be kind of tempting you back from the game. What was it got? Oh, right, yeah, when... Did we already get those? Did those already occur? Or are those a future thing? Because I know we did get some primos just now. But, Dear Buff Seagulls, I pray you grant us shiny luck. Buff Seagulls. Buff Seagulls. Oh wait, shit, yeah, Abercrombie. I hope your week's been going well. You get any shinies lately? You get any shinies recently? I realize I didn't say the proper hello. I just responded to you. Right. You got an email about it today, Arthur. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I should probably log in soon. I was gonna like break until Navia. Maybe like go on the day before to get the new event ground out, but like again, I got back into Fire Emblem. No, I'm starting a new playthrough of Fire Emblem Engage. And I do want to do the new playthrough of Fire Emblem Engage, you know. Right. The seagulls that hang out near gyms that are big enough to walk up and say, "Oi, bud, you're getting robbed." Oh no. Give me the sandwich and all your peanut butter. I feel like seagulls are the kind of animal to still not, like, talk to even if they were buff, you know? I think they'd just take it out of your hand and walk off. Like, I don't think seagulls would ever actively threaten someone. They would just snatch it and run. That's just their whole thing. With those, you just gotta chuck a Pokemon at them, because Pokemon would be real. Well, except for the talking part. Unless, like, you know, that's their name. Or maybe it would be a legendary seagull. Because for some reason, all the legendaries have telepathy, you know? Not these ones. They would break your kneecaps, snatch it, and run. No, I need those. I love my kneecaps. I don't want to give them to a seagull. Imagine what a seagull could do if it had more knees. Do seagulls have knees? This is an important question, actually. We're putting the stream on hold for it. Do seagulls have knees? Yes, they do! Devastating. This is bad news, everybody. This is bad news. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. Seagulls, you heard it here first. Seagulls have knees. Yes, personally, I don't see why they'd need them. I'm sorry. You're right. Have you guys seen the New Zealand deck commercial? Have you guys seen that? The deck commercial? I have. I like that video. It's a good video. That's a really nice dick. I said it wrong. Well, I said it correct, but I said it wrong. Now I'm kind of tempted to bring it up. I don't want to be a reaction streamer, though. I don't want to get into the habit. You see, my content might not be that sophisticated, but I feel like that would still be stooping low, you know? I feel like, while I wouldn't claim my content to be the bastion of uniqueness. I haven't seen it in like 8 years or so. Yeah, no, it must have been a while for me as well, to be fair. But I do vividly remember it. Because it's a good video, you know? I see a deck, and I just think of that video. Who knows? Maybe... Hi. My cat just leant up onto my chair and is now digging her claws into the side of it in a desperate attempt to get me to notice her. And notice her I did. She has a very sweet face. Was that a sound effect? What sound effect? Was what a sound effect? I'd love to read these messages out, but I just know I know it's gonna be the worst accent I could produce. No, that was Missy. Yeah, no, that was Missy. That was just my cat. You see, cats make those noises. Believe it or not, like the meows you hear in videos, like cats do that. Cats can just do that with their mouths, you know? It was oddly perfect. You're right. She is oddly perfect. That is true. That's correct. You were right on that. I agree. Alright. Yeah, we're very close to 3K, which is kind of hype. Have you got your team ready? I have not yet. I still need to be fair. I still need to. I need to, Cahir, ask the people to like and subscribe. That is true. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to like, hit that like button, and hit that subscribe, punch it. Punch that subscribe, beat it to a pulp. That subscribe button, beat the shit out of it. Kick its ass. Show it who's boss. And hit the bell as well. That's always a good idea. But if you don't like hitting bells and instead like Discord notifications, you can join the Discord. You've hit the subscribe button so hard he's now grey. I can't remember. Is grey like unsubscribed these days? Because it used to be like nice and red when you needed to subscribe it, but blah. It used to be nice and red when they needed, like, when it used to be red when you were unsubscribed. But now, I feel like it's not. I feel like it's I feel like it's like a grey or some shit, because, like, everything must be devoid of color and depth. You don't know how it's going to go, though. You do you have a team for getting around and a team for doubles or something like that? Well, that's a fair point. I am going to want to take Mike and Gambit, aren't I? Or I could just get a Pokemon with, Underwave and Full Swipe to also have. White is sub. Grey is unsub in dark mode. When in light mode, white in light mode, still red in light mode. Okay. So you are subscribed. That's where you're. I thought the bit there was that you'd unsubscribed. You'd pressed the subscribe button so hard, you were no longer subbed. But I guess that wasn't the bit. You know. Because I was expecting someone to be like, yeah, I hit the subscribe button, and I'm not subscribed anymore. Also, when I say subscribe, does the subscribe button, like, do a little rainbow effect? Like, is that, like, a feature of YouTube now, or is that, like, a widget you have to put on videos? Because apparently, some people are reporting seeing, like, the subscribe button, like, glowing when people tell them to sub. Which is cool, but I don't know if that's like an automatic thing. When did YouTube become hard? I mean, hasn't it always been hard? Or do you mean hard to use? Yeah, you saw that, only sometimes though. As in when I say it, or just in general? Right. To use. Yeah, I know. I've been really disliking the ads lately. It feels like they made ad block. They tried to stop people using ad block. In general, Pokemon videos are fair. But yeah, after they tried to stop using ad block, it feels like they started making the advertisements, like, longer, without being able to skip. Because now I've seen, like, 30-second advertisements I just can't skip. You got 3 unskippable 10-second ads. I'd just refresh at that point, you know? I would just refresh my app, if it came to that. And I often do. Like, sometimes I spend more time closing out of ads than I would have if I just watched the ad. Because I'm so stubborn. I'm like, no. I'm not sitting through a 20-second advertisement to watch this video. You'll give me one that is 10 seconds or less, or has a skip button. You can still skip ads on Opera GX without ad block. Yeah, no, ad blocks seem to work again, I found. My ad block works again, but, but always do what you do. Report the ad and go back to the video. And you've got quick ads. Interesting. Interesting. That does seem like a victory for everybody, because reporting the ad, you know? You once got an 8-minute plus ad. I mean, yeah, but that was skippable, right? Longer ads I'm more tolerative of if I can skip them, you know? Most of the time when I get, like, a long ad, I don't notice I've got a long ad. All I notice is I get the skip button. But what I do notice is when they try to make me watch a 30-second advertisement and they don't let me skip it. That's not on. That's not... We're not doing that. That part, it's not happening. Alright. Alright. I don't want to buy a vacation, Mr. Virgin Vacations. I don't donate to UNICEF. I need donations. I don't really want to buy a Hyundai, exactly. Like... Why do I want to go on Virgin Vacations? You know? I want to have sex when I go on vacation, actually. Sorry. I wouldn't even talk to someone on vacation, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I go on vacation and I'm like, ooh, what if I have a holiday fling? And I come back from vacation and I spoke to no one new. I'm so cool. I think I'm on 1979. And if I'm not, oopsie daisies. Oopsie daisies. Alright. Alright. Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Right. Yeah, you looking forward to DLC? Is this week. Is this week. Yeah, I do need to get a team ready. I'm not going to get a whole team ready, I'm just going to get a couple of Pokemon ready for a team, but I am going to buy a whole bunch of drugs to give to Pokemon I do catch. Alright. Was that the music stopping? Yes. Yes, it was. Alright. Back on with the hunt. I feel like I was saying something before, but I've forgotten what I was saying. Right. Not bad. You also need to level up some Pokemon to prepare for the DLC. Yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna... I already said that. Like... I was just watching everybody use new Pokemon. Yeah, I was just watching everybody use new Pokemon whenever they were doing their playthroughs. And I was like, man, I've missed a trick here, haven't I? I've missed out on something by doing it like this, haven't I? So I'm definitely not going to do it like that again. I will catch new things. I guess maybe I should look into taking Dipplin across, actually. Because I could use whatever it evolves into. Which I think would be pretty neato. Although then again, I'd be filling my team up with dragon types in that case, because I am going to use Dialga. Just your fun shiny team? Hell yeah, I love a good shiny team. Mr. Shin, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. You got any shinies recently? We're hunting for Minccino today. In the title screen of Black and White. No, we cannot catch this. This shiny, we're not getting this shiny. Also got to get the last two for the Kitakami decks. Hell yeah, who's left? Who you got? Who are the remaining? Who are the outlying Pokemon? Alright. You got your main doubles combo, Meowscarada and Crocodile. Probably gonna have Duraludon evolution, Rainer, and maybe like Dashbun and Ogerpon. That's fair. Ogerpon seems like a fun Pokemon to take along. Just to piss off Kieran. But I also think it'd be, I also think it would be funny to not take Ogerpon. Because he knows you have Ogerpon. And you're not even gracing him with using it. Shine moment. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Blue Dark-type Monkey Guy and Politoed. Blue Dark-type Monkey Guy being the Loyal 3 one? Or am I missing someone? I hope we get another couple of surprise evolutions. Maybe even surprise, like, forms in, the DLC as well, though. Nightbot thinks you should join the Catboy cult. There's no Catboy cult here, because there's no Catboys here. I'm a tiger, not a cat. Just so we're on the same page. Shen Pao. Helix is talking about the Kitakami decks, Rob. Wait. I thought you were responding to Dark-type Monkey. I'm dumb, actually. I thought you were calling Shen Pao a Dark-type Monkey, which it isn't. It's a cat. Leopard. Which are different things. It's like a mix of both of them. Tigers are cats, though. No, they're not. They're not. You can catch it the first time and haven't tried again. Ah, fair. Best of luck this time, then. Yeah, the Loyal 3 are very loyal to not being caught. Now, you're thinking on Blue Dark-type. You took Monkey as Monkey Dory. Well, but the options were Politoed And blue dark-type monkey. So it was one option. Alright. Did you change your genome just to not be a furry? No, I'm a forest spirit. You know how we work. All foresty and stuff. Monkey Dory isn't a dark type. It isn't, is it? Poison. Yeah, no, I was tricked. Understandable, have a nice day. Exactly. It is, isn't it? I forgot about that. No, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, poison and dark type are like a stone's throw away from each other, though, right? Shenpao's your favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, though. Yeah, it is kind of U-Core, to be fair. I'll give you that. Like, I think that'd be one of my first answers if you asked me. Alright. Don't worry, you have trouble with the Pheasant Deputy. I think everybody has trouble with that thing. They made its moveset, like, specifically to make it a pain in the ass to catch. Which I kind of respect, you know? Alright. I don't know, I've always thought about this. Do you think it's harder to defeat a legendary Pokemon and then it be given to you? Or to just catch it? Although I guess this isn't all that cut and dry of a question, because Ogerpon actively fights you in its terrestrialized forms when you try to catch it, and it lets you catch it at the end, right? Which definitely makes the battle to get it harder, rather than just fighting it normally to catch it. I do agree with that way of doing things. I think that's an interesting way to catch legendaries, honestly. Making you fight like a buffed up form of them. Because fundamentally, the issue is, especially with box legendaries, all you're gonna do is lob a Master Ball and catch it, you know? Like, 9 times out of 10, if you are fighting the box legendary of a game, you can just lob a master. You prefer fighting, but it's random to catch, so technically can be harder. Yeah, no, that's fair. No, Master always say those. I try to, but I feel like box legendaries should be done like Ogerpon in the future. I guess technically, it was done differently in Scarlet and Violet. It wasn't done all that differently in Sword and Shield, because the box legendary was caught in the post-game. Which isn't all that different to how Black and White 2 handled it, to be fair. When we shiny hunt those legendary... when we shiny hunt those legends, yeah, that's the time to use the Master Ball. But I try to use, like, a quick ball or something first as well. I go through, like, 5 balls and then Master. That's my general gist on Pokemon catching. Is I try to not Master Ball them first. Because I am going to want to do other legendary hunts later on. And obviously having the Master Ball available for those, that's going to be the best case scenario. So, like, my Dialga, I think it's in, like, a timer ball or some shit. Trying to remember if my Regigigas is in a Master Ball or not. You have 6 from the exploit, so it's going to be fun. Oh, yeah, with the new legendaries. Yeah, no, it is. It's cool. I might try to shiny hunt Kubfu at some point, to be fair. Because Kubfu's cool. I can't get over the fact that Spectria and Galastria seem to be there. We haven't seen CahirLIVE yet. CahirLIVE might be in the DLC. There's no real reason to believe CahirLIVE wouldn't just be in the DLC, you know? But why didn't they show it in the legendary hunting bit? I think it'd be arse if CahirLIVE is available, but you can't shiny hunt it. I'd be upset if that happened. Shiny CahirLIVE would be cool. I wonder if there's going to be a catchable mythical in the post game of or of it in Indigo Disc, because most we're at 2K, but we're at 3K by the way. We're at 3K. Wow, wow. I didn't put us at the wrong number there. No, not at all. I was like, oh, cool, we made it to 2. That's not right. We are not at 2K. We're at 3K. And we are at 3K. Now we're at 3K. It says 3K. We're at 3K now. With 3,000. We've done 3,000 encounters for this rat. Effervescent. Got another Maridon? Hell yeah. For your Scarlet game. Nice, nice, nice. Shen Power's only a few letters away from main Shao. Wait. I guess most of them are there. The N needs to be an M. The C needs to be an S. And then no P. Just traded away one of your random shiny Pidgeys. I guess that works, huh? People really are out there being like, yeah, I want this bird so much, I'll trade the snake guy for it. The lizard. The electric lizard.
Logos Binted?
Well, Davis, thank you for subscribing. I hope your week's been going well. You looking forward to Indigo Disc? Welcome to the Cahir Club. Sometimes people subscribe and I don't actually know if they're here or if they're just watching YouTube shorts. Like if Will Davis is here and you don't want to make yourself known, do not feel pressured. But I'm just musing, you know. Because like that's the weird thing with Twitch in comparison to YouTube. Is when someone follows you on Twitch when you're streaming, you know they're there, you know they're watching. Someone subscribes to you on YouTube while you're streaming, they might just be watching a video of yours. There's no way to tell. Still got 2 less, so not bad, hell yeah. Maybe I should get onto that, maybe I should hunt some Pidgey. Alright. Nobody wants to trade a shiny Pichu for CahirLIVE though. It's like that one fucking meme of all the people going in the one door and no one going in the other. And it's Pidgey from Maridon. And Pichu for CahirLIVE. You know? In like impact font over it. This says a lot about our society. Maybe we'll try another Pidgey. They probably are just in high demand, you know. I wonder if I feel like Calyrex has got to be available in Indigo Disc, right? Like, I feel like they've done a deliberate effort to put Kubfu in Indigo Disc. Because it's such a meta viable Pokemon. To be fair, I don't even know if Calyrex is still, like, meta. I've not heard anyone say the name Calyrex since Sword and Shield. Although, to be fair, Calyrex is a proper legendary, isn't it? Like, Urshifu's, like, as a legendary is, like... Urshifu as a legend is probably closest to, like, Entei, Suicune, Raikou, those a lot. Than Calyrex, which is kind of a lot closer to... Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza. To me, in my head, Calyrex is like... I was gonna say Calyrex is like the Giratina of the game, but it's not, because that's Eternatus. Terrapagos is kind of like the Giratina of... Scarlet Violet, because it's linked to Koraidon and Miraidon in that way. But I feel like Calyrex isn't linked to the other two the same way. Calyrex feels more like a mythical to me. Which is weird. Like, Calyrex is a DLC Pokemon, so it could be the Dialga. I don't really think it counts as that, because the games already have, like, the Dialga and Palkia, you know? Because in Sword and Shield, for example, Zacian's Dialga, Zamazenta's Palkia. And then I think Eternatus is, like, the final to their trio, because their, like, battle this whole time has been against Eternatus specifically, you know? Like, Eternatus is always the causer of the darkest days, as far as I'm aware. So they've got that, like, trio relationship of Zacian and Zamazenta as the warriors, and Eternatus as the attacking dragon. They should have made Eternatus to be like a classic dragon, I'm now realizing. Like, I get why Eternatus looks the way it does. They wanted to make it look alien and shit. But, is he, or is it just Eternatus being abused? Eternatus got let out for like 5 seconds and immediately started the darkest day again. I think this is an Eternatus issue, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. I think Eternatus is the problem here. But yeah, no, I wonder if Eternatus should have had a more classic dragon design. Like, I get we already have a lot of dragon legendaries, and Eternatus being like a more alien kind of guy probably like helps him stand out more. But the two knights fighting the giant dragon, that would have been very logical. That would have been a very like sensible motif. And I feel like that's why Eternatus is dragon type in the first place, because it's the two knights fighting the dragon, like in a fairy tale. I mean, wasn't he forced to make infinite energy? If Mew gets to throw a tantrum, why can't my boy get to? What tantrum does Mew throw? Mew's just a little guy. Mew's, like, thing has just been kind of tiny, and I respect that. In the movie, he kills Ash. That was Mew too. Yeah, but Ash tried to punch him. That's self-defense. To turn only Ash to stone. And also, Ash kind of had it coming. Like, let's be real, you know. Let's level for a moment. Like, Ash kind of had that coming, right? We can agree on that, surely. Now you want to replay Sword again, because you can't remember, like, any of this. It was only a few years ago. I keep wondering about replaying Sword, but last time I played, like, on stream, Sword on stream, it did fucking ass. So, I might. But let's get through Super Mystery Dungeon and the DLC first, I think. Because it's either going to be I replay Sword or I replay Legends. Alright, here's the plan. Grind almost $1 million Poké-Dollars to buy max Quick Balls. That sounds like a great plan. Where are you going to source this money from? So this Corbett sauce is hella glitchy. It is. There are a lot of words I would use to describe Sword and Shield. Glitchy isn't one of them. The dog is chill though, yeah. Legends is difficult to get back into for you because of the controls. That's fair, that's fair. It is very different, but that's like its selling point. Ace... I read that as Ace Attorney, and I was like, how are you going to play Phoenix Wright to get money in Pokemon? Where's the correlation? Why the fuck are you getting gun ads? You're getting gun ads? That's... Not sure about that, YouTube. Not sure about that one. I mean, Sword and Shield's graphics are kind of bad. I feel like now we've seen Scarlet and Violet. Like, Scarlet and Violet, when you look at the Pokemon or the players, those are good. Those are good. You know, those look pretty good. Sword and Shield tree. Oh fuck! The single tree! The single fucking tree in comparison to what I'm comparing it to, which is all of Scarlet and Violet's environments. All of it. All of the environments. Glad they put a tree in the final of Scarlet and Violet since everybody's fucking obsessed with trees, apparently. I will agree, the wild area doesn't look that good. The wild area itself, not all that nice to look at. But every other area in Sword and Shield looks pretty nice. Every other area in Sword and Shield, I would say, looks good. You know? Like, there are a lot of nice-looking areas in Sword and Shield. My issue with Sword and Shield is every area feels like a set piece. It doesn't feel alive. There is no life in the areas of Sword and Shield. It just feels like it's a theatre stage. And I dislike that a lot. You know? The areas don't feel like they're areas, they just feel like they're set pieces. And that's probably my biggest issue with those games. And it sucks to evolve Yamask. It does, to be fair. I don't know, I don't get why people complain about Sirfetch'd, though. I feel like Farfetch'd, specifically, is probably one of the best Pokemon to get multiple crits in a row with. Like, that guy's kind of built for that, you know? Sword and Shield Theatre for real. Alright. Oh, noise. Yeah, just focus energy, hold like easy GG. Exactly. Battle Tower and Sword and Shield was fun to grind on. You're doing fucking what on the Battle Tower? Jokes aside, yeah, but to be fair, I feel like most of the battle facilities are fun to grind in. Like, the battle facilities are one thing that, like, you can consistently go to a Pokemon game and, like, enjoy. Oh, wait a minute! Ah, shit, they ditched it. They got rid of it. Battle Tower and Indigo Disc, please. Again, on one hand, I would like the Battle Tower and Indigo Disc. On the other hand, I don't want the Battle Tower to be locked behind a paywall. That sounds kind of arse. Paywalling the Battle Tower would be very scummy. I hope we get the Battle Tower in at least the next game, though. Alright. Oh, interesting. You forgot you had that shiny unknown D. Yeah? Is that a Legends Arceus one, or did you get it from elsewhere? You just realized Urshifu, indeed, Urshifu is going to be available in Scarby. Exactly what you're thinking. Legends? Or penis? Why do I want the rat to be shiny? So I can look at it. So I can look at it. Look at the rat. Look at the rat. Look at the rat. Look at the rat. No more. 2015 you got it. But mainly for the D jokes. Oh, was it like DexNav then? Or was it could you get specific letters through DexNav, or did you hack it? Because that's when I hacked. It was in like 2014 when there was like this fun little glitch that you could do with like auras, where you could use PK hacks and QR codes to get Pokemon into your game. You hunted it in DS. Wow, congratulations. You love a good DS hunt. Respect that. DS hunts are good. Which, I guess, is an opinion you'd want me to have, since I've been doing this for the last 3,030 encounters. Like, for me to turn around and be like, yeah, no, I hate hunting on DS. The odds are fucking abysmal. Like, that would be not great, I think. That would be... You know? I think it was Soul Silver, your favorite game, hell yeah. So, did you phase at all? Or did you just get lucky and get the D first try? Alright. A lot of encounters today, though, which is nice. Nice to be over that 3k threshold. Soon, we will be at double odds. Not double odds. Why did I say half odds? We'll be at half odds. We will not be getting to double odds. We better not get to... If I get to double odds, I will cry. I'll not be a happy tiger. For the rest of the evening, we'll be money farming. Hell yeah, best of luck. I think this is one of the first ones you unlock in the slide panel place. Ah, fair. Yeah, I don't actually know how the slide panels work, to be fair. I just knew they did something, you know. Alright. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. It's a shame that got delayed so long. Buff Seagulls convinced the gods to make him get it on double odds. Please don't do that, Buff Seagulls. Buff Seagulls. Buff Seagulls, if you don't do that, I will give you a chip. That's right. A chip. Alright. By the way, one of your dad's friends was literally insulting you when he was talking to your dad on the phone. He was on loudspeaker and you were in the room. Did he know you were in the room? Did he know you were in the room when he was saying this? And did you, like, say, "Hi, how's it going?" immediately after? Because I feel like that's generally the best way to deal with someone shit-talking you if they don't know you're there. Is just show them that you've been listening. You did. Good, good. I hope they were fittingly embarrassed. Right. Oh no, my monitor turned off and on again, and now it's all flickery at the bottom. You've been outplayed, but the seagulls will steal every other chip you own. I only have one chip, actually. I've only got this one left, I'm sorry. I don't know, I've been reminded a lot of this specific story lately. Because I saw it online again, and then I saw it around. But I really like that one story, where there's this guy, like, waiting at the train station, and he looks over and he sees that there's a guy there with a McDonald's takeaway. With a McDonald's takeaway bag. And surrounding him are a massive flock of loud seagulls. And the guy watches him for a bit, and, like, the old man sometimes reaches into his bag, pulls out a single chip, and throws it out. Throws it out onto the ground, and the seagulls will snap it up. But, it's not often enough to satiate them. These aren't satisfied seagulls. In fact, they're getting rather annoyed. Eventually, this is a train station. A train pulls in, and the guy does nothing for a bit. You know, he does what he's always been doing at the station. He's been throwing a chip in occasionally, but then when the doors are closing, the guy gets up and lobs the bag into the train, followed by all of the seagulls. I assume that's probably a crime, but it's a funny crime. Alright. Yeah, I like that story. And also you have 3 mental illnesses. Ah! Congratulations, I think. Why are all these motherfucking seagulls on this motherfucking train? Seagulls on a train would be, a lot less subtle of a thriller, though, I think, you know? Snakes are, like, slow and crafty. Seagulls, they aren't. They aren't at all. Snakes are, like, thriller movie villains. Seagulls are zombies. I honestly mostly said that because I was just imagining the guy like spamming like the door button to open it to run away from the seagulls, but in opening like as in like the doors in between the carriages, but in the door in between the carriages opening, it lets a bunch of the seagulls into the next carriage. Which would be funny. Alright. I'd feel bad for the train driver, because, like... I mean, I'd feel bad for everybody on the train, actually. I feel bad for the poor sod 2 stations down the line who sees the train arriving on time all fine, and then all of a sudden it arrives at the station, the like station before the one he's at, and it's there for like 30 minutes. It's there for like half an hour as he like waits for this fucking train. And then finally it arrives, he gets onto it, he takes a seat, it's something wet. Is that bird shit? Did he just sit in bird shit? Travesty. They'd probably cancel it, to be fair. Bird shit chair, bird shit chair. I was going to say something wise, maybe. It probably wasn't wise. Maybe wise isn't a word to use in relation to me in general. But, I was going to say something wise, but I've forgotten what it was. I mean, they've cancelled trains for less, that is true. That is true. Like, this sounds like a very British event, in my opinion. I know exactly why it gives me British vibes, but, in general, I feel like this is like a thing that happened in the UK. So yeah, it probably got cancelled. I'd be pissed, though. I still want that guy's autograph, though. Considering the slim chance that this was an... You know what? No. Again, I could see that happening in the UK, you know? I could see someone doing that. Alright. Alright. Oh, we're halfway there. Wow, shit. Do you mind music? Oh. I still have YouTube open. On my normal browser. I forgot to close my normal browser down. You know? Wouldn't have been an issue. Would not come up on stream. Do not fear. You will not see my personal YouTube recommendation page filled with HoloLive ASMR. It's not. I don't actually watch that much HoloLive. It's German. It's German ASMR. The ASMR I listen to, German ASMR. But to be fair, who doesn't, you know? Who doesn't these days? It's like... German ASMR is kind of like the radio of... German ASMR is kind of like the radio of the 1920s, where, like, families would gather around it to, like, listen to the news. Families gather around the mobile phone to listen to German ASMR. Family group therapy, exactly. Sorry, I just wanted to let that sink in. I know it was very wise. No one can know you're bad at typing. I apologize, Coderman. Everybody knows you're bad at typing, but everybody's bad at typing. That's the truth. No one's good at typing. No one can type. And to show you, everybody close your eyes and type Garfield in chat. Simple. Everybody close your eyes and type Garfield in chat. Remember the ASMR bottles running down the stairs? Honestly, I've seen less videos of the bottles running down the stairs, and more of like one woman just reacting to them. I don't know why I enjoyed those ones specifically. Okay, so Coderman did it exactly correctly. We got Gargooked. We got Garfdealed. Garfdilled. How the Zik did you do that? You fucking censored yourself. So you can do Garfield blind but not fuck-sighted. It's honestly impressive, I'll give you that. Maybe you should just start typing with your eyes closed, Coderman. Maybe this is the fix to the issue. But yeah, I liked it when they started doing fucking toilets. Like, those weren't satisfying at all. You were just fucking edging, waiting for the toilets to hit each other, and there were like 7 cuts before they did. Like, the satisfaction of the balls rolling down is something always smashes. And that's why the ones where they get, like, multiple bottles in a row and throw the balls down one at a time, those ones aren't satisfying because there's not enough smashage. It's the Garfield phone. Garf-filed. Dialed? Rob can't even spell Garf-dialed with his eyes open. Everyone is doing better with their eyes closed, I've noticed. I think we should all blindfold ourselves and live our lives like that. I can see nothing wrong with that suggestion. But yeah, like, the smashing of bottles down the stairs, those are peak. Those are good videos. I like those videos, you know? Those are good. But people kept trying to iterate on them, but they were iterating on the part where something smashed, but not thinking, hey, this smashing needs to be consistent, right? Which it should be. I think in a good video of things smashing, the smashing needs to be, I'd say, decently consistent. And that was the thing that was so entrancing about the videos of the bottles being rolled down the stairs, is they smashed most of the time. It was exciting when one made it down the stairs without smashing, because that was rare. It's not exciting when one smashes, because you're not getting the excitement of the constant smashes, you know? When the glass bottle... We're getting philosophical here, I know. When you roll a glass bottle down the stairs and it shatters going down, you get the satisfaction of seeing it break open and spill out its insides, which are always like a beautifully coloured liquid, or a bunch of little balls, or something interesting like that. But the issue is when you've got like a tower of jars filled with the liquid, and you're rolling balls down one at a time to see which one smashes all the bottles open, most of the times it's just failure and nothing happens. There's nothing. There's no excitement. So it's boring. It's boring to watch. It's uninteresting. The best of the videos are when it's consistent smashing. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, but Apple also corrects as a bitch. The only reason you got what you did was, you ignored it after you closed your eyes. Ah, fair. I can type Garfield blind properly 1 out of 3 times. Oh, so you got lucky. The same concept as to why having large clumps of chocolate and cookies with even small amounts of chocolate is so satisfying. As in a chocolate cookie with evenly spread chocolate with some clumps. Is that the proposition here? Yes, exactly. It's about consistency, you know? It's about the consistency of the thing. And I think that's important. And that's why I think the toilet one, that was good at first, you know? That was an interesting one at first, because you see it and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? So you wait for them to smash together. But after you've seen one, you've seen them all. You know? And I was even getting bored in the first one I saw. Like, the first one of those toilet ones I saw, I was already getting bored. I was like, fucking hurry up, you know? I want to see some toilets collide. And then they cut for like the 4th time, and I was like, I came here to see those toilets slam into each other at high speed. Why hasn't it happened yet? I'm not sure what the next phase of that kind of content needs to be. But there needs to be shit smashing all the time, you know. That's what there needs to be, is stuff smashing, stuff breaking. That's the next iteration of that content. Alright. See, I said new and innovative ideas, Coderman, not jokes that were bashed into the ground by 2013. Toilets crashing into each other would be shit smashing, technically. Yeah, but not constant shit smashing. Only occasional shit smashing. Alright. Shit in your hands and clap. You know what? I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And then we'll continue on with the shiny hunt. Make sure to stay tuned. And we are back. I think my notes on this are I need to eat less fiber to make this a more successful thing, you know? I think a diet with less fiber is what's needed here, you know? A less fiber-filled diet, and we'll be onto something. How many asteroids would destroy us all? I feel like it'd have to be a couple. If it was like a big enough one, like verging on dwarf planet, then like obviously we're fucked. But I feel like a good couple could fuck us up, you know? I mean, like, that's basically what was happening during the late heavy bombardment, you know? Which, like, a bunch of asteroids was crashing into Earth. Although that's arguably what brought life to Earth as well. A rogue dwarf planet, then. Yeah, no, definitely. That would definitely destroy us all. I don't know. I find it interesting because I watched a video. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I watched a video basically about like the extinction of the dinosaurs, and basically the extinction of the dinosaurs was sensationalized into a big media thing where it was what killed the dinosaurs, volcanoes or asteroids, and those were pitted against each other as ideas. But I'm starting to wonder if the asteroid that hit the Earth during that era actually killed the dinosaurs alone, or if it was that among other environmental factors. Because we have been pissing ourselves this whole time over an asteroid hitting Earth and wiping out all of humanity. You know, movies have been made about this shit. Don't look up. Other ones. There were other ones. I remember the one where half the moon split off. I don't know if you guys... I don't know if, like, this is some, like, B-list shit-ass movie that I watched. But I remember this one movie where a big asteroid hit the moon and split it in half. So half the moon was going to collide with Earth. Even then some small shit survived and now you have to pay rent. No, yeah, more or less. I'm not even gonna try read that word, I'm gonna be honest, Coda Man. But yeah, like, it just interests me the fact that, like, this whole time, we've been fearmongered into believing if Big Rock hits Earth, humanity over. But I'm no longer sure if that's the case, you know? Humans would die, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it would be all hunky-dory. People would probably die, no matter where that thing hits. But I don't think... I'm no longer sure, you know. I feel like we've been lied to in an effort to dramatize the death of the dinosaurs. Because, of course, the dinosaurs were wiped out by a big space rock. Sounds cool as hell. The dinosaurs were wiped out by a big space rock and also volcanic activity. That's a bit duller. Well, good job they successfully been able to redirect an asteroid now. That is true. That is true. So we're less likely to be hit by one now as long as we know it's coming at us. That's like the big thing, you know? We gotta know if it's coming at us. If we don't know it's there, then it's volcanic sand, aka ash. Or volcanic pocket sand. Can't believe the Pokemon main character would kill all the dinosaurs. I can, honestly. He seems like that kind of guy. They died of volcanic sand ash and grass. That's what killed them. I mean, yeah, that was like a big thing of volcanic activity at the time, where like a huge portion of the Earth was basically erupting for like a few thousand years at least. I think it was like multiple tens of thousands actually, which obviously filled the atmosphere with a lot of ash and shit. And I don't think a giant rock from space helped those lizards. Jordan, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well. We're shiny hunting for Minccino today. You're looking forward to Indigo Disc? Coming out in 3 days. It's a geological shift that caused the volcanoes to go off. I'm unsure if you're saying words at this point, or if I just don't understand it. I understand more about, you know, the thing up there than the thing down here. The time has come, the Indigo Disc is almost here. Indeed, it's going to be hype. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still on that copium that we might get some returning characters from Juniper in it, but I'm a bit worried that they would have advertised that, you know? I feel like if there were returning characters in Indigo Disc, we would know by now. I hope we get Metagross. Well, it has been in trailers. Larry. Okay, I didn't mean returning characters from the main game. I didn't mean returning characters from Scarlet and Violet. I meant, like, returning characters from, previous games. Maybe that guy managed to escape Legends Arceus. Maybe. Or maybe we'd see Emmett. Maybe Emmett would be a teacher. But he'd be without his brother. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to see Emmett. Like, I get why everybody wants to see Emmett. But, yeah, I get everybody wants to see Emmett, but I feel like it'd be more impactful if we don't it'd be more interesting if we didn't see Emmett again. Metagross was confirmed to be in the DLC in literally the first trailer. Oh yeah, no it was. It was like, one of the first things advertised, wasn't it? With Zeb Striker. It'd be cool to see him though. My hope, because it's the most realistic hope, I think, is Sharon. Is seeing Sharon. Because I feel like he could show up. You don't watch the trailers to keep the suspense. Ah, that's understandable. That's understandable. I apologize for spoiling you then. Sorry, I had marshmallows on my desk this whole time. And I know it's really loud right now, but I want a marshmallow. That was good, I like marshmallows. Part of me wants to say marshmallows go hard, but that's not true. That is a lie. They are very soft, actually. I think that's the appealing part of them. Is how soft marshmallows are. Is that thing true where when you put a marshmallow in the microwave it expands? Was it the microwave? I think it was the microwave. I don't know. Because, like... I thought, oh, that looks really cool. But then I saw a gummy bear one that visibly, like, which clearly was just arse. Clearly was, like, bullshit. James Bond versus Inteleon, who would win? Okay, I do like a good James Bond film. Let me clarify. James Bond does not have any elemental powers. He is generally pretty skilled. But I feel like when you put him against a lizard with elemental powers, he kind of crumples, you know? Inteleon, Daniel Craig was shit James Bond. I don't know, I kind of liked him as James Bond. To be fair, I haven't really seen many of the others, though. I think you mean the vacuum chamber. Maybe. Maybe I did. I could have sworn it was like a homemade way to make like a easily done at home way to make marshmallows big. But yeah. I wonder if it would even be as filling though, because it's like the same marshmallow, right? If you have like some food that is small and make it big, do you get more filled by it? Does it fill you up more? Pierce Brosnan has the best movie, but Connery was the best Bond. Interesting. To be fair, my dad has all of the old Bond movies on box set. I should probably watch them at some point. Cause what's it called? My dad got ill, so my mum got them for him. A number of years ago at this point. They aren't even Blu-ray. But I should probably watch them. Because I did really... I really enjoyed some of the Daniel Craig films. I feel like other Daniel Craig films weren't all that good, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't think I remember a single thing that happened in Spectre. James Bond got lobotomized. That's what I remember about Spectre. They lobotomized James Bond. That's what happened in Spectre. And yeah, that's about it. You're not allowed to watch James Bond as Kim doesn't like it. However, you showed her GoldenEye, the best movie, and she enjoyed it. Oh, that's good at least. Hopefully you can, do you, like, sneak downstairs, turn on the TV and watch James Bond? Like, sneaky James Bond time, you know? Or would you not do that? Would you not betray her like that? That would also be fair, to be fair. Alright. You've seen them so many times, I think I'm good. That's also understandable. Seen them enough for one lifetime anyway. I wonder if they are going to make another James Bond. I feel like they've got to. Because, like, they like money, you know? So I feel like I could see another James Bond popping up at some point. But I've heard nothing about it, so... Like, you'd have to wonder how they'd continue on from Daniel Craig, because they really serialized it in his era, you know? Like, they deliberately made it actually, like, have a beginning and end. So you'd have to wonder what they'd do in that case. Like, it'd be interesting to see a new James Bond in this era. Because, obviously, Daniel Craig's Bonds was inspired by the Bourne ones. You'd prefer if they didn't. The only good Daniel Craig film is Casino Royale. Interesting. I don't know. I enjoyed, what's it called? Casino. Quantum of Solace was pretty solid. I liked Skyfall. And the final one had good moments. The final one had a few good bits in it. Had a couple of moments where I was like, oh, yeah. But the villain was a bit non-present, which was a shame. You just watched the trailer for Indigo Disc and you're very satisfied. Hell yeah. No, yeah, that was a hype final trailer, to be fair. That was a... It provided enough information without spoiling everything, and I like that. I'm just interested to see if all those legendaries are all the legendaries available. Your precious Sol Galera is back. Indeed. That's true! I can hunt for Necrozma! Oh, dude! I've been wanting a shiny Necrozma for ages. I tried to do it in the max... I'd reset a bit too early. I tried to do it in the max raid dens, but I never got around to it. I'll also be able to transfer in a couple of old shinies as well, which is nice. Well, kind of newish shinies. My Virizion and my shiny Kyurem I'll be able to put in Scarlet Violet now, which will be hype, because that'll be all of my legendaries in one game, which means when I ping it out and drop it into a bottle of water, that's all of my shinies gone at once. You got it again, because you watch multiple videos at the same time sometimes. But 37 seconds of ad. 3 unskippable that are longer than 10. Want to know how they advertised it? Also, want to know how they advertised it? As in, which advertisement was in the ads? Or are you also talking about the legendaries? It's funny, because a while back, you're upset that Alola and Unova legendaries weren't in the game. That's fair, yeah, no, it's going to be hyped to see some more. What was it called? I feel like them holding back on the amount of legendaries in a game is probably a good idea for the future of VGC, though. That's my one thought on that. Is, like, if you put too many legendaries... I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure if they should continue making the franchise with VGC in mind. I feel like that's a different sentence, different conversation altogether, though. Like, at Day's End, Sword and Shield has all the legendaries in it. Already. So I wouldn't have minded if we got a few less. Because I would have just waited until the next time they came around. "37 seconds before you get the right to skip, and then another 30 if you skip it and get more ads." Wait, I thought skipping skipped all the ads. Fewer long ads, like you get a choice. Yeah, no, that's scummy. That's YouTube is kind of bad now. It's like Crunchyroll or something. Soon we'll have 7 unskippables. It better bloody not, because that's the what. I like a few things of YouTube over Twitch, but one of the things I despise about Twitch is the 30-second to like 2-minute unskippable ad they always put before streams. Like, Twitch ads are so long it's stupid, you know? But on YouTube it's like, oh, there's a couple of skippable ones. Like, I don't know if I am putting my channel under risk at this, but I'd just say use adblock. At this point, you know? Just use adblock. It's not worth it not. If they want to pressure people into using premium, they've got to accept that some people aren't going to ever do that and will choose other options. So they have two choices. Less ads, or just accept that people are going to use adblock, and adblock will always evolve, you know? Like, people don't want to see ads, so unless you make the most watertight system ever, there will be ways to game it with adblock, and people will find those ways to game it with adblock so they can game it with adblock. Soon we will see this creator no longer exists. Yeah, because I've spoken out against it. Can't wait until we can sideload on Apple, as we can finally install blockers. I've got a blocker for my browser, but it doesn't work on the YouTube app. If I watch YouTube on browser, then it'd be fine, but I can't be asked to do that, so I just go off of a video when there's an ad to go back onto the video. You once saw someone say, continuing after someone says, no, that's harassment. So YouTube is harassing me. Yeah, with ads. I just find it funny when creators are like, this is how we get our money, guys. Like, you've got to accept there's push and pull. But, like, there's a difference between push and pull and YouTube making you watch a full, like, 2.5 minutes of content before getting to an actual bit of content. And, like, let's be real, they're making the advertisements longer and more unbearable to deliberately push you into getting YouTube Premium. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it because they want to give the money to the creators or they want the money from the ads themselves. They're doing it because either the people too stubborn to get Premium will get them a bunch of money from ads, and the people who aren't too stubborn to get Premium will just get Premium. And that's why they blocked ad blocker, so you have to be in one of those two groups. And it's stupid, you know? like, I'm never going to criticize someone for not liking advertisements. Yeah, but $12.99 a month, we're being fucked either way. Exactly, exactly. You sideloaded a blocker and constantly got harassed by Google. Your blocker got auto-deleted 79 times. Ugh. Yeah, no, mine's been fine. On my iPhone. It has stayed, it has blocked. Whenever a sketchy site is opened up, it isn't allowed to open. So... I personally have found things pretty swell, but again, YouTube, it doesn't work with that. So I'm still on my old-fashioned method of resetting until I get an ad I like, which means I can just skip it. uBlock Origin's pretty good for that. Yeah, I just use, what's it called, like AdBlock Plus or something? I don't know. But it works, and it skips the ads, and that's what I want, because I don't want to watch the ads. You know? Ads are arse. Advertising is dumb and stupid, and I don't like it. Do not worry, I will entirely go back on my morals on what I've just said. The moment I get a sponsorship, do not worry at all. I'm gonna get a sponsorship. I'm not. This isn't like a... I don't see me... Maybe one day I'll be sponsored. I don't see it happening anytime within the next 4 years. But, what was I saying? If I feasibly did get a sponsorship, ads would be great, you know? I'd love ads. Gotta get that dough, you know? Your favorite new thing is if you dislike an ad, you'll see that ad again. And you'll see more ads of that genre. When I reviewed ads you saw as bearable, well, you no longer get those ads. That's... If you dislike ads, you get more? Okay, they definitely are. If that is happening, then they definitely are trying to force people into getting premium. I feel like a study should be conducted on that. Because I feel like that's illegal, right? You can now like and dislike ads. And if you dislike them, you get more. That's... Not a fan of that. Oh, I went way too far. Maybe, as you've been getting more, maybe that's why you're doing, that's what you're doing by reporting them. Maybe. It's legal, sadly, so YouTube don't give a shit. It feels like that shouldn't be. Deliberately showing users ads they don't want to see. Because, like, I feel like you could deliberately... Not deliberately. It's not a stretch to say, if you show users ads they don't want to see, you're either trying to chase them off the platform, or make them pay you your ad-free service. I feel like that's not a jump to make. You know? Well, not a big jump to make. Shitty stuff. But again, it's quick to just report and go back to watching. As you said, 4 seconds, so it's fine. Yeah, yeah. I will try to keep that in mind. But also just refreshing until I get an ad I like is funny. It's just the issue is if it's halfway through a video and they just give me a 30-second ad that I can't do anything about. Because often when I try to close a video, to get the error, oh no. If I try to close the ad and go back into the video, it often doesn't also remember where I was, so I have to scroll to where I was, which is annoying. So sometimes I just tank the ad, but it's still arse. Alright. YouTube ad-free is a scam. Most addresses are like $2.50 a year, and your ad block is free. What do you mean addresses? But yeah, premium is dumb. I think that you do get other things, like you can download videos with it, but you got barred from reporting because you kept seeing an ad using a property that they didn't belong to them, so you kept reporting it. Since they pay Google, they're allowed to stay. Most ad lists like $2.50 a year. I don't know, Spotify Premium is also like a tenner. I feel like at least all the big companies overcharge. To be clear, I'm not saying it's a good price. I don't use Spotify because I'm not sitting through ads. I'm not paying £10 a month. I ain't paying £10 a month for that shit, you know? Also, it doesn't help that my music taste generally rolls around, like, you know, about a handful of songs that I listen to over and over again. And I feel like I wouldn't branch away from that even if I did use Spotify, so I might as well just, you know, download them on my phone, and then it's cheaper. Less money is spent. Spotify Premium is more than Spotify. Spotify Premium changes Spotify so much. Spotify Free gets 6 skips. Spotify Premium actually gets to listen to songs, not just entire albums. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, it does, doesn't it? And that's also why I don't want to pay for Premium. Because, like, why is it set up like that? Why is free so arse? Just to force you to pay for it. If you want people to pay for Spotify, I guess, I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. And I don't like how subscription-based stuff is just becoming the norm, you know? Like, you don't own anything anymore. It's always you pay a set fee every month to get access to their servers. If I bought one movie every month, I'd probably be paying less than I'd be paying for Netflix. And within a couple of years, I would have as interesting of a backlog as Netflix does. You know? And I'd own all those movies. I wouldn't have to worry about them being taken away at any point. Like, and I mean physically buying the movies. You guys heard about PlayStation, right? PlayStation got in like a scuffle with like the rights to a bunch of movies that they sold sold on their store. Lost the rights to those movies and just took them away from people. They sent people an email being like, hey, these movies that you bought are no longer available. You can no longer watch these movies that you paid money for. You didn't even pay for, they didn't even pay for like a subscription service to have access to those movies. They paid for the movies specifically, and now they don't own them anymore. My friends brought up the interesting point of like, at some point like Steam or Epic is going to... Wait, it has happened with games? What games did that happen with? I was just about to say eventually that's going to happen with games, but has it already happened? Or was it just now on PlayStation that happened with? It wasn't just movies. You got to go. Fair enough, Brugger. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you're feeling better as well. Alright. PS Plus is the best subscriptions. You pay us every month. You get permanent games, but you can't use them without any form of Plus. I mean, yeah, no, that's it's a solid form, but again, like one day they're gonna discontinue PlayStation Plus. So even if it's the best of them, I'd say it's still kinda shaky, you know? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on PlayStation 3. If you don't have it downloaded, you lost the ability to get it again. They took away your copy of Resident Evil 4 as well. And that's not just like... old systems losing access to the internet. They actively took that away. Because old systems losing access to the internet is still a bad thing, to be clear. They're taking away internet services, so you can't buy games anymore. That's not... Like, it's interesting how little care gaming companies have for their history of games, and then how pissy they get when you emulate their games because you can no longer play them legally anymore, you know? Yeah, while internet services were still running, that is... Yeah, my friends were saying, like, I feel like at some point Epic or Steam are going to do a thing where, like, they take away a bunch of users' games. Like, with the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that does actually happen eventually. Just entirely, like, take them away. And... obviously not if they're, like, downloaded on the system, but... And bada boom, bada bing. People will start losing faith in those companies. It's why I try to buy all my games physically, honestly. Like, I like having physical copies of games for that exact reason, because even if one day I can't play the DLC anymore, what I can still play is the game. Happened with Deadpool game as well as the first Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Huh. Yeah, no. It's just shitty how companies can pull that rug out from under us. You play physical because it uses less room. That's also a fair point, it does. Cannot slate that. But, to be fair, I'm sure an SD card of sufficient storage space is probably less than the game. Wait, but no, you would be paying the same amount for the game anyway. Never mind. Do you remember the Scott Pilgrim game that came out fairly recently? I do not, actually. I did not know there was one. This was not something I was aware of. Physical also feels better. Like, there's such a vibe to going out to like a game store, picking up a new game and taking it home, you know? Like, there is such a vibe to that experience. Even when you do get it delivered, there's a vibe to getting a new game through the post box, ripping open that package and feeling that new game in your hands, you know? You feel it, you flip it over, you read the back, what's on the back, what are they showing in the back, you know? What's on there? It's peak, it's genuinely peak. Let's go to Sex, you can buy it pretty damn cheap. I mean, depends on the game, but yes. Some games you can buy pretty damn cheap. Other games you just buy for retail price, or more expensive than retail price. Like, I don't know. Sex is a pretty good shop, generally, but selling games to it is generally not a good thing. And if you want to buy a new game from it, they will always be overpriced. They will always be above retail value. Which, I kind of get why, but come on, come on. Not really that good. Spider-Man 2 because it's new retail price, but other games are pretty cheap. Yeah, no, yeah, other games tend to be pretty cheap, but, like, they know when they've got a game that, is worth a lot. Like, they sell the Pokemon games for, like, 70 quid each. If it's a popular series or something, I don't know, a lot of games are sold for a lot. I remember I picked up Twilight Princess for like 7, which was good. I still haven't finished that though. Bought it years ago. I should probably finish it. You can get the whole Arkham series for 10 quid. $20 for Ultra Moon, but 3 for Normal Moon. Do you mean 3 or 30? I'd be surprised if Ultra Moon was only 3. That is a good price though. For a Pokemon game. Generally, I've seen them like at 25 at the lowest. $3. That is surprising. Then I'm shocked. Again, like generally, I find that like they don't sell Pokemon games for that cheap because they know people want Pokemon games. You've seen the DSi for 27 quid, yo. To be fair, that is a DSi, though. Like, DSi is probably the least looked for DS system. Because it does the least. Like, DS Lite and the original DS, those connect to Game Boy games. 3DS obviously plays the 3DS games. DSi? It's just kind of there. It still plays Sun and Moon, it does not, it's a DSi. Yeah, it's not going to be great when Bank goes offline. Those games will lose value massively, that's also true. I don't know, will they actually? I'm not sure they will. Because, like, I feel like as much as transferring Pokemon up is like a thing that is very beloved by Pokemon fans, I feel like the games themselves are the more important part. But the camera that's on, like, every console after it, real. So it's the light you want? Yeah, no, definitely. I might have to try to buy a new one at some point, because mine is fucked. Absolutely decimated. do, 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 do. And it'll be a shame because, like, Gen 7 will then be cut off from every other generation. And so will Gen 6, actually. I forgot, Gen 6 would also be cut off from every other generation. Because obviously Gen 3 transfers into 4, transfers into 5. But 5 you need Poke Transfer, which uses Bank. 6 you can only do Bank, and 7 you can only do Bank. So Gen 6 and 7 will be entirely disconnected from any other game. Which will be kind of arse. I don't mean or arse. That was bad. That wasn't a good joke. Pretend it was. Mystery Dungeon music goes hard. Obviously, finale of that will be on the Wednesday, which will be cool. I think they will, because Pokemon will be locked to people, So that's something that's a hot commodity they can't access anymore. That is true, I do see a lot of videos being like, hey, what's on this copy of this Pokemon game? But I don't think it'll bring the value down by much, honestly. Because I think the games themselves will be what's desired more than the Pokemon on them, you know? Like, people don't just buy the games to transfer the Pokemon. I assume. Right. Wanna make it Minccino? Sorry, try one of your friends. Minccino is such a weird event because you got that through a QR code. I don't know if you guys remember. Minccino you got through a QR code. And they never did it again after. They did in Ultra Sun and Moon and Usum, because you used QR codes to find Pokemon. Like, you could get the starters, but Minccino was gotten through a fucking QR code. Why? I don't know. It just was. Minccino is such a strange mythical, because you got it through QR code, and now, Minccino is still available. I don't know if it's still available through the QR code, but if you capture every single Pokemon and put it in home, if you complete the home Pokedex, you get a Minccino. You get the Pokeball patterned Minccino. So that's like probably the rarest Pokemon there is Pokeball patterned Minccino. You're still on a hunt for a Marshadow, personally. Are you? Interesting. I might have a couple of Marshadow. I'm gonna be honest, Rob. I might have an extra. I'll check. It might still be on Gen 7, but I might have an extra. Cats are really good at reminding people of mortality, assuming you buy them young, because they triple in size in 3 months. I feel like that doesn't remind most people of mortality. I'll have to check, because I might have given it to a friend, but It's funny, because I collected the codes for Zorora when it came out, but I forgot to redeem it. I never got a Zorora, because I didn't redeem the codes in time. Which was so dumb of me. I did get a Zorora, actually. That's not true. I got a Zorora because I got the shiny Zorora from that one event they did. But everybody got the shiny Zorora, so that's not all that special. I wonder if regular Zorora is now more rare than shiny. True, even you have that one, yeah. Yeah, everybody here's got the shiny. No one's got the regular. To be fair, Zorora's an outlier, because it's surrounded by mythicals that are shiny locked, that are entirely shiny locked, you know? Zarude is shiny locked, Marshadow and Minccino are shiny locked, Diancie, Hooper, Volcanion, all shiny locked. I don't think Genesect is, but I'm pretty sure Victini and Meloetta are shiny locked. Sorry, shiny locked isn't the term I should be using. Entirely unavailable shiny. You cannot get those shiny. But Zorora you can. I don't know, I do wonder if we will get another mythical, because it really does feel like mythical Pokemon have been replaced by the DLC Pokemon, in my opinion. It feels like they added... It feels like they made Zarude, they added Zarude for the movie and stuff, for movie preparation, but then they realized, wait a minute, why are we doing mythicals? We could do new Pokemon through DLC. The only way to register it to your home dex is the QR codes. Minccino or... To be fair, I'm sure a lot of those shinies are going to be unshiny locked, actually. Those mythicals are going to be unshiny locked in the near future because of Go. The shiny mythicals. Ah, interesting. I wasn't even aware that there were QR codes for them. Alright. But, I think it would be cool if we got access to more shiny mythicals again, you know? Shiny mythicals are cool, but... shinies are cool. I like hunting shinies. This isn't new news, though. I hope if they add a mythical to Scarlet Violet that you can catch, they don't shiny lock it. But yeah, no, I entirely lost my train of thought earlier there. I feel like the DLC is replacing mythicals, you know? The Pokemon community has been complaining for ages that they missed the shiny events. They missed events where you actually go out and catch the mythical. Not shiny events, the mythical events. They missed the mythical events. They missed the things where you actually go out and get the mythical. Like New Moon Island or the Leafy Walkway to get Shaman and stuff like that. People missed those, and people were very vocal about the fact they missed those. So I feel like they've replaced that with DLC. Where you do the DLC to get them. You know? Instead of just being handed the mythical on a platter, you do the DLC to get the mythical. But I guess we'd have to see if they continue doing movies. Which I think they should. It's kind of a shame that they've stopped doing the Pokemon movies entirely now for, no reason. It felt like the initial reason they stopped doing them was because of COVID. But they just haven't done another one since, and it makes me wonder if they've just stopped. Deliberately. If they just don't want to do Pokemon movies anymore. Which would be a shame, because I do love a good Pokemon movie, you know? Maybe they just rather focus on, making another Detective Pikachu. Because I'm pretty sure that's still in the works. As far as I'm aware, I haven't heard that being cancelled. Hopefully if they do make another Detective Pikachu movie, it's better received than the game. Although the first one was better received than the game. Honestly, I'd like to see them do more live-action movies, or movies in general set just in the Pokemon world, not necessarily connected to Detective Pikachu. I feel like there aren't just Detective Pikachu-related stories you can tell in the Pokemon world. It's like a massive media franchise. But no, they were like, yeah, let's make a Detective Pikachu movie. That sounds great. Probably one of the lesser cared for parts of the brand by, like, the general public. The only thing that, like, kind of was motivating it was the word Pikachu. That was, like, the only advertisement in that thing was the word Pikachu. And the fact Pokemon were in it. Which is pretty funny, to be fair. I feel like a mystery dungeon movie would go hard, though, right? Because I feel like that would do exactly what they wanted a Pokemon movie to do. Because, I feel like part of the issue with making a Pokemon movie is how do you do Pokemon battles? Because Pokemon battles are an inherently violent thing to animate physically, you know? Especially in live action, I feel like the violence of a Pokemon battle comes across way too easily, and they're worried that if they try to put that on the big screen, it'll get flagged with like a 12 rating. And I think that's why there was so little of it in Detective Pikachu, because they were scared. A mystery dungeon movie, though, if there was that violence, if there was that battling, it wouldn't be two wild animals going at it, because both sides of the fight would have sentience. You know? It'd be like two people with superpowers duking out instead. And those are generally better received by ratings broadcasters, maybe. I think they are. So what words am I looking for? I think a mystery dungeon movie, a Pokemon mystery dungeon movie, would be exactly what the Pokemon Company are looking for in terms of like another Pokemon movie. Because also it would entirely focus on the Pokemon, and I think that's another thing that they'd like for the marketability of it, is it's just Pokemon involved. And the main characters in mystery dungeon games are always the cute Pokemon. So even if you didn't turn the protagonist into Pikachu specifically, you could turn him into Charmander, or Squirtle, or another little small cute guy that you can market plushies of. And if you want adapting it exactly, you could even take a page from Super Mystery Dungeon's book and have them evolve for some reason, temporarily, before turning back into their cute and fluffy form. I'm now realizing a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon movie would go so hard, and I really want one. But, I feel like we're not gonna get one. Hot take. But who knows? Detective Pikachu 2 isn't even out yet. And it's apparently being made, so I don't think it's an issue of is it actually going to happen. It's surprising we haven't heard anything about it, though. I feel like sequels tend to appear sooner rather than later. Oh yeah, did you see any of the games at the Game Awards? I saw that, like, face of a woman screaming. That's Hideo Kojima's and Jordan Peele's. Is that his name? New game, right? Other than that, no. I saw Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year, and Tears of the Kingdom won Best Adventure Game, and I'd say that's deserved. I've not played Baldur's Gate, but everybody I know who's played Baldur's Gate has fucking creamed over that game. I feel like it probably deserved it more than Tears, as much as Tears is probably my Game of the Year. I find it funny that people are, like, upset that Spider-Man didn't get Game of the Year over Baldur's Gate, as if Spider-Man was gonna win over Tears, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, like, a ranking, if it was explicitly Baldur's Gate, Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2. Like, I would have been really surprised if Spider-Man 2 got in over Tears. Yeah, the Silent Hill that he's doing. We like Dagus' 5-year plans to reimagine the Sega games. Oh yeah, that seemed interesting. Getting like a bunch of new, like the old Zelda, Sega. Why did I say Zelda? The new Sega IPs back. That's cool. Spider-Man Go. Spider-Man 2 seems fun, but what's it called? From what I've heard, it's lacking a lot of content that the original had. And I feel like that's not what you want out of a sequel, you know? You tend to want them to actually expand on replay value. So Crazy Taxi, Multiplayer, Jet Set Radio Hype, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Shinobi. I'm gonna be honest, I recognize like 2 of those names. I was never I was born after the console wars. I was born after the console wars, you see? Sega was already gone. Sega was already gone by the time I was born, I think. Well, not gone, but like as a console manufacturer. My generation is the one that grew up with the Xbox 360. I didn't. I grew up with the Nintendo DS and the Wii. I guess maybe saying the Xbox 360, the Wii, and the PlayStation 3 is what I grew up with. I grew up with the Wii exclusively, but that's what my generation grew up with. To be fair, I don't think I knew anyone who had a PlayStation 3. I hate to say, I don't remember anyone who had a PlayStation 3. My sister, she had a PlayStation 1 or 2, not sure which. I don't know anyone who had a PlayStation 3. Ash, that hurt you. I apologize. I'm not saying it like nastily, I just genuinely don't know anybody, don't remember anybody who had a PlayStation 3. Everybody I knew growing up was either an Xbox person or a Nintendo person. The last 3 were Mega Drive, but you grew up with the Dreamcast, so Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio, can't wait. Yeah, no, that's fair, that's fair. Hopefully they're good, hopefully it's a nice return for them. We know you, I know you got that PS3, yeah, no, I would have expected you to, but I didn't know anyone growing up with the PlayStation 3. And I didn't know you. I didn't know you when I was 12. Don't know if you realize this. You know, but PlayStation 3 has a space in your heart. The game you played God of War 3 Chains of Olympus on. That's fair. To be clear, not Slayton. Yeah. Growing up, no, yeah. I didn't mean in general, because, like, PlayStation 4, I knew loads of people with PlayStation 4s, you know? Like, everybody had a PS4, but PS3, I didn't know anyone with a PS3. Like, it was a funny switch, because everybody had Xbox 360, but no PlayStation. Everybody had PlayStation 4, but no Xbox Ones. I think I did have a friend with an Xbox One, actually, to be fair, because he was on 360, so, like, of course he went with the one when it came out, but Alright. Bro, for real, you knew everyone in London when you were 12. Congratulations. That's quite the achievement for a 12-year-old. PlayStation 4 kind of bad. Meanwhile, 3 was actually good. It was just slightly weaker than 360. I mean, yeah, I can't comment on the quality of the PlayStation 4. I didn't have one. I had a Switch. I have a Switch. I still have it. That thing's not left yet. Next year, hopefully. I find it funny how everybody was really, like, expecting a new Nintendo console at the Game Awards, as if Nintendo aren't going to want to reveal their new console on their own, and I don't think they're ever going to reveal anything. I don't think they're going to reveal anything on the Game Awards again after how it treated developers this year. Like, you do not have Eiji Aonuma up on stage and tell him to get off and expect no repercussions. You know? Like, I feel like the other developers, while you might, like, lose the respect of their, like, group, like, that's Nintendo themselves you are dissing. You know, that's like a whole ass advertiser. For those advertisements you seem to care about so much, more than the developers. It's honestly just kind of telling in the Game Awards. Like, they didn't mention how shit of a year for the developers this year has been. Like, it's been a good year for the games that have come out. It's been a good year for gamers. But for gaming, it's been a bad year. Because so many companies have sacked so much of their staff. It's absolutely fucking abysmal. And they didn't mention that. And additionally, they rushed the developers off the stage. They shooed them off as quickly as possible and let the celebrities do what they wanted and add all the ads they wanted to. It just seems bullshit to me. I'm glad I didn't fucking watch it. I miss when gaming was good. Gaming is still good. There are still good video games. I don't get this sentiment that, oh, there are no good video games anymore. I get it. AAA manufacturers are putting less effort into their games. But good games? There are still good games around. There are still some AAA manufacturers who are putting effort into their games. And there are a lot of indie games, smaller game studios that are actively pumping out good content. You know? Like, I still think we're in a good period of time for gaming. It's just you can't look where you looked 10 years ago for the best games. Like, we are getting some of the best games of all time at the moment, I think. It's just the issue is a lot of AAA studios are starting to... Indie should never be better than AAA. Maybe not. But, like, I think the ideas can coexist. That indie games are like kicking out some absolute bangers, and AAA should not be slacking as much as they are. But I feel like it isn't a I miss when gaming is good type beat. Like, we're still getting good games. Like, AAA studios should be putting more effort in. I agree. But I don't think it's true that games aren't good anymore. And sentiment like that. Sony possibly the only AAA titles you'd actually trust. Exactly. That and I'd say Nintendo AAA titles tend to be good. You know? Like, the Nintendo frontrunners, they tend to be good games, you know? Like, when you get, like, Mario Strikers and shit, those tend to be kind of eh. But when you get, like, the big front-running Mario platformers, Legend of Zelda games, stuff like that, those tend to be good. Pikmin 4. Past 3 years has seen the best games ever. Forever, never. But everyone is now slacking hard. That the good games are a 3 a decade rather than 30 a week. I don't think the gaming industry was ever like that, though. It's easy to look back at your childhood and see every banger lined up, but, like, those didn't all come out at once. Like, for every Shadow of the Colossus, there was some shitty, rushed out... There were 10 shitty, rushed out brand games, like the Hannah Montana or SpongeBob SquarePants. You know? Like, back then there was a lot of... There was quantity of games. There were a lot made. I mean, there's still a lot made now, I'd say. But they were arse. For some reason, you haven't actually counted Nintendo making AAA. It's bad of you, though, but when you think AAA graphics at cinema to the max, that's fair, that's fair. That's a reasonable, like, thing to interpret it. Like, way to interpret it. Like, I get that. But, technically they are. We've always considered Nintendo games to be above them. Also true, Nintendo tend to always pull out, like, Nintendo L's are rare, and when Nintendo take an L, they take it personally, you know? Like, generally, when you get, like, a game that's considered bad in, like, one of their big franchises, the next game is always a banger because they realize, okay, we went wrong with this one, where can we improve? Because they actually care about the development of their games, you know? Like, this isn't true for the whole brand as a in total. Obviously, stuff like, what was it called? The sports games tend to have less effort put into them. But, anyway, I'm gonna end the hunt for tonight there, because we need to do Pokidoku. Woo, yeah, Pokidoku, whoa! Whoa, yeah, woo! Oh, it's not up on screen. Yeah, woo, wee, Pokidoku! Okay. Let's poke some Idokus. Oh, there's a little graphic for First and Evolution line. Duh, that's cute, that's cute. Okay, this is an interesting one because the types are going downwards and then it's all like specific things going across. I was gonna put Mega Diancie for mythical, but I just realized Magina original is 19%! Everyone put in Magina original, didn't they? I should have put Mega Diancie. I felt so fucking smug. Wait, okay. Ghost-type mythicals. Ghost-type mythicals. To be clear, don't tell me what goes in a category until after I've already put something in the category. Part of me wants to put Hooper Unbounded Psychic. I feel like it might be Psychic Ghost, so I'm wondering about putting it in Ghost instead. What Ghost-type mythicals are there? Marshadow. Let's backtrack. What other Psychic mythicals are there? There's Mew, the Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys. It's not Ghost. Hooper isn't Psychic Dark, it's Psychic Ghost. That's its thing. Because it's like the ghost of its former self. When it's in its like small form. And then Unleashed, it's like, oh. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's not Psychic Dark. It's definitely Psychic type, and I'm pretty sure it's not Psychic. You know what? I'm putting my money where my mouth is. No! It's Psychic Dark! I was... Little guy's ghost. Little guy's ghost. Little guy's definitely ghost. I shouldn't have put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna do Deoxys attack. Alright, ghost legendaries, psychic legendaries, fairy legendaries. I was so certain. The little guy's ghost type. I should have put the little guy. The little guy's definitely ghost type. That I'd stake even more money on. I should have put the little guy. I should have put the little guy. Okay. Anyway. Ghost type, legendaries, psychic types, and fairy types. I'm guessing one of the CahirLIVE or Necrozmas. I'm gonna put Necrozma. And then fairy type, legendaries, we have Xerneas, we have Zacian. We have all the Tapus. I wonder which out of Zacian or one of the Tapus would be less put. Because part of me is thinking like regular Zacian. A regular Zacian is at the top, so if people type in Zacian, they're probably going to get regular Zacian, right? Which Tapu do I think would be the least put? I'm going to say Bulu. 7.7. We can only find out if that's good later. Alright, then legendary ghost types. Necrozma Dawnwings, for one. Giratina Unbound. Oh, Cali. Rex. It's called CahirLIVE Shadow. It is. 8%. That might be high, actually. And then first in evolution line, Ghost, Psychic, and Fairy types. Alright, now we just need to think of niche first evolutions. Which is harder. Okay, so Cosmog is a first Psychic evolution, so I'm going to put Cosmog here, because I think that's funny. 4.2. That was a fumble, that was a fumble. This is going to be a horrible score. This is going to be an absolutely abysmal score. This score, dismal. Awful score. I know it's going to be. Cutie Fly is kind of the one I want to go for Fairy type, but I feel like I should go Gen 8 instead. Milcery. 3.2, that's also really high. I'm doing horrible today. And then Ghost types. Let's go Sinistra. No, Poltergeist. No, Poltergeist. Alright, Blacked Out. I got 147! Most unique was 64. If I had done better. If I had done better. Oh, Enamorous, of course. Oh, and Fezandepity. Okay, Bulu was actually one of the higher ones, but so was Zacian, so... The least put Fairy type was Cottony, and then Morlil. Oh, Milcery was pretty low. Bronzor was the least put one of these. Slowpoke Gallo was lower. So was Galarian Ponyta. Cosmog was pretty high. I got a bit cocky with that one. Gimmighoul was the least put Ghost type first. Who did I put again? Poltergeist. So Poltergeist wasn't much higher. Yeah, Poltergeist was pretty low as well. Hooper was the least put one of these. I should have put Hooper down. It was regular Hooper. Because Hooper Unbound is here. I should have put regular Hooper. I'm so stupid. Okay, Necrozma Dawn. CahirLIVE Shadow is next, though. CahirLIVE Shadow is the least legendary psychic type, which is funny because these two are both in the others categories. Okay, Minccino Original was the least put, so I was right there. Which means if I put Hooper here, I would have gotten a really good score, because Deoxys attack was the lowest. My biggest fumble was Cosmog. If I put Hooper there, my score would have been like, I don't know, 60, 70? I'm so fucking stupid. Why did I put my money where my mouth was? I shouldn't have done it. I'm keeping my money out of my mouth from now on. No money's going in my mouth anymore. I will not be sucking on any more pound coins. Not doing it. Maybe as a treat. Maybe as like a bit of a treat, you know? Maybe it's like a little bit of a treat sometimes, actually. I've changed my mind. I love sucking on coins. but no notes. No notes are going in my mouth, and especially not my credit card. No more putting my credit card in my mouth and going beep, 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 like I'm a card reader. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I hope you've all had a great time. I certainly have. That is so Cahir. I don't know how to take that. Don't know how to take that.
Have this money instead.
Yo! Money! I will not be putting that in my mouth unless you want me to. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for the money to not put in my mouth. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Genuinely thank you. That's really kind. Thank you for the donation. That'll probably be going to Christmas cards, honestly. I need to get Christmas cards. I fucking hate Christmas cards. Why do they cost so much? I got 3 Christmas cards and was like, okay, it's time to get 3 Christmas cards. And then I realised I'd be paying £15. £5 each for Christmas cards? That's insane. That's crazy. You had so much money. Anyway. £15, I said for 4, I think, didn't I? I don't actually know how many I said. Anyway, thank you for the donation, Rob. That was really kind. Additionally, I'll be streaming on Wednesday. I'll be streaming Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. We will be completing the game, so I'd highly recommend tuning in for that, because that'll be a very cool stream. But yeah, I hope you've all had a great stream. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday for Mystery Dungeon, and Thursday for the DLC. I'll be streaming at 7:30 PM GMT as normal, so be sure to stay tuned for Thursday for some DLC streams. Would highly recommend checking them out. But yeah, I hope you've all had a great time. I certainly have, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.